Hi guys, so this video is just going to talk about conditional formatting. So this is kind of the basic level of using Google Sheets in a breakout. This would be sort of an entry-level activity. So what you're going to do is you're going to have the spreadsheet check your answer when you enter it to see if it's correct or incorrect, and then respond to that. So the way we do that is we go up here to Format, and we go to Conditional Formatting, and we're going to have it look at the cell C2 because that's where we're going to type our answer. That means that it's the column C and the row 2, and we're going to say if what's in the cell is equal to 4, because that's the correct answer. I'm going to scroll all the way down here and say is equal to. Here's a little note. You'll notice that at the top it says text. So if your answer is a word, if you're doing something with a word answer, you want to do these options up here. But if you're using a number, you want it to use these options down here. Okay, so we're going to say is equal to 4. Maybe we want to turn it purple. Okay, so this would be a way to do a very simple color lock. So if you enter the correct answer, then it turns purple. If you enter the incorrect answer, it doesn't turn anything, nothing happens. If it's blank, nothing happens. Okay? Now, what if you wanted to get a little bit more elaborate, and maybe you wanted to trick them a little bit, and if it's correct, then you're going to have it turn purple, but maybe if it's incorrect, it's going to turn a different color. All right, so we could do that. We could be mean. All right, so add a new rule, and now we're going to say if that is not equal to 4, then we're going to turn it blue. All right, so now if they answer the incorrect answer, it's going to be blue, and if they enter the correct answer, it's going to be purple. Which is great, except you might have noticed that if it was blank, it was still blue. That's not going to be helpful. All right, so what we need to do is actually add a third rule. And we're going to say, what if the cell is empty? And then what do we want it to do? We want it to have no formatting. Okay? Now you'll notice that cell is empty. It's still blue. Well, the reason is that Google Sheets is going to check the conditions from the top of this list and work down. And what happened was it checked to see if that value was equal to 4, and it wasn't, so it moved on. It checked to see if it was not equal to 4, and that condition was true, and so it turned it blue, and it never actually made it down to this third condition. So what we can do is, see how if I move my cursor over these little dots on the far left, I can click and drag that up to the top. So now it's going to check first to see if the cell is empty, and if it is, it's going to leave it blank. And that's going to function a little bit more like we want it to. So now, if they get it right, it turns purple. If they get it wrong, it turns blue. And if it's empty, it's going to be empty. So this is a great little way to do a color lock on a Google Sheet. And I would suggest this is a great place to start if you've never done anything with your sheets before. You can also, of course, change the text or the font of what's in there if that would be helpful, but I think color is probably the most obvious choice. Okay, so I'm going to make another video here in just a second that you can go look for to show you how we can start writing some formulas so that maybe we could come over to a different cell and have it tell us if the answer is right or wrong. All right, so stay tuned for that.